Okay, for the rush of today, we will use Hanwul, and I will only use Hanwul when he is actually fitting. I'm not going to be spamming him. Did have some comments last week on the Megami videos like, but you didn't use it all the time. It's like, no, I want to showcase the unit when it's good, not when it's just there. So the Hanwul stats are this. I'm going to be using it with a Nephthys Dova combination because I think that is probably the best way to do it. Without the Nephthys, I would probably go for a Gally and Debra combination. Will be a little bit slower, will be a little bit stronger. The set that this thing has is pretty decent, I would say. And if this is not going to do enough damage, plus like these kind of artifacts, which are actually pretty nice themselves as well, then this unit is hella disappointing. That is just going to be the thing for this rush. Let's see if this unit actually does do a lot. Plus, all the way at the end of the rush, I'm going to be placing this set on a Grogan and then see how much damage difference there is. So, let's see how much damage we do. It is okay, but for a unit that is on full rage, 0 speed, it is not that much. I literally do think that Grogan would do probably double damage on that or something like that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just straight up does double damage on that. Ever play any 2v2s? I do sometimes. So yeah, I do have the Grogan rune, I have Alicia rune, and I have Ziana rune, so those kind of things, plus the Humble rune. So I have a bunch of options for doing that. You should actually check how much damage you do on just this, because that's no attack buff, and it feels like that this already almost does more damage. Some of those units, man, some of those units. I think the main thing for Hanwul is just that his skill 2 is absolutely not fitting anything near to his whole kit. So for that reason he just becomes very weird. And also slightly unusable, that reason, I guess. At least if you have to always bring him at 0 speed or put some Leo next to it, something like that, or just trying to get enough damage, then is it good enough? I don't know. I'm gonna see. I think it is definitely a usable unit. That is absolutely true. Is he really great? I don't know. So this one, still the best team I can use against this is absolutely this, but just for testing it a few times I will use this. But during the rush itself later on I won't be using this against it because Hanwul is not really great into Finessas because the Finessa passive still works. Well, I do silence them and then it doesn't work anymore. Plus you have the big issue that you might miss crits, or that you actually land a crit on the Camilla and therefore you have a little bit of a longer fight. You do hit a good amount of damage on Camillas, but I will show the Hanwul. I just showed it already, but I'll show it once again all the way at the end of the rush. Otherwise I'll probably keep showing it. This might be 100, or like a high speed for fun. Well, let's see. Not speedy enough. Against Samas, I do like the Hanwul a bit more than I like the other units. But Nephthys, I would have to check if my Nephthys is 15 crit rate, because she's been critting so much. Well, 35k on the Camilla dies instantly without a armor break. That is nice, I guess. You are 15, right? You fucking Zok units, man. Holy shit. The unit is always into me so much. Oh, and then of course I also have top team group. What's up, Neff? How are you doing? Congratulations on making it to the Europe Cup once again. Nice amount of dots on the Abellio. That stun matters a little bit more. Never quite. Whatever. All skill. Exactly. This game is always all skill. To make that dot offense, it's OP. It is super safe. It's very strong. Just have to make it tanky enough. It's not always super fast. It's the only thing that I would say, like, sometimes is, sometimes isn't. But Is it strong? Yes, very strong. The newest, I could be that the RTA skin is faster, but I do know that the newest skin is faster if you don't have the RTA skin. So that's all I can say on that one at the moment. In bike and any content, thoughts on him? We've seen some people use it in SWC. Well, some it's just Zara 222, but he made good use of it. Oh yeah, you have those sometimes, but Tiana, you don't care. Cool thing about Hanwul is that I can instantly kill Beast Riders. Not that you see a lot of Beast Riders on defense, but that part is pretty nice. Neftis is missing an aura. That's true. Do we want to switch to... don't really have a great team into Palm What's... Wait, I should have done the Kabila version. These are going to be fast. Oh, they're actually not fast. Oh, thank you for not being fast. Your team full fights. Not as in the state of everything is all the way fight, no. Thoughts on boss rush nerf? Yeah, they did do a slight nerf. I didn't even give it another try because it was not that interesting to do for like 3 mystical scrolls. Guess it is more doable right now, but it was still like kind of stupid weak with Necro and Sakron in there. Man, he's just critting all of these Camillas all the time, man. Like, if at least one is dead already, it's not that hard to clean up, but this team is really bad at cleaning up this way. Especially if the main damage dealer starts getting hit. And I can land both. Should I just send it? No, I think I want to use it on you. I guess that you are kind of saving it. Ish. Nice crits, nice crits. That Neftis feels like so much more crit rate than 15. Holy shit. That's not right. I'm a break resist. Yeah, and that is the main reason why I don't really like a Hanwul offense. The cleanup, if things go bad, is just really terrible, whereas a cleanup for a lot of the other units is just so much better. I think we can still win if it doesn't start proccing and stuff. Nice crit on that, yes. He even critted twice on 15. What is that crit rate up for the Neftis? Holy shit. Yeah, I pulled it last week. Monday or something. Oh yeah, it was actually after rush. I was on like the night reset. Well, technically Monday is correct then. But if the Camille has her armor broken, match is relatively easy. I think we can just right away send us to a bit less damage. Making Hanwul work? Yeah, it might be a little bit on the side of Nefties and rune quality for Hanwul to work, but I guess it is working. Indeed, we should be able to outspeed Kabila and Kabila. That was the wrong skill. I was not paying attention. I guess. These kind of things I would normally not hit with other teams, so... Well, maybe with a Grogan. Grogan would probably slap to his way through this as well. But I'm gonna try the Hanwul set on Grogan at the end of the rush, see how much that hits. This one is hitting about... between like 40 and 60k on most units right now. Just depends how much defense they have. I have to go 3 into 2 on this one. Freeze. You know, Light Winds Angels. You've seen them being used from hands a lot. I do also know that... Wait, who was it again? Raigeki also uses them. But they're a little bit inconsistent on their pushbacks. The main thing. I think they're not bad for like a longer run as well. This thing is just straight up doing like the similar damage as the Hanwul already without attack buff and while having speed. Those are all teams I could definitely hit with some stuff, but will take a little bit longer. I don't want to use the dot team as much. Dot team is nice, but it takes longer. But those things with Gizelles are all super food for dot team. But I froze nothing. That is one option, of course. Well, see you, mate. Almost. Grogan has 150 extra damages. Okay, starting to get a bunch more hits. Let's do this first switcherino. Interesting one. I guess we can outspeed that still. The gamble. Apparently not. Might be that I got fucked by the Smath on. Yeah, that will also not help. Was he killed though? Yeah, and you have dots. It's a really great team. You can't simply do dot team against it. You will survive with the dot team anyways. Actually, would have been better with a Seimei late. Like less unit as a Seimei. Guess that thing fucked him up. Interesting defense. It is creative, but that's for sure. Don't have a Nora. That can happen. Right, this should be the ultimate one, right? This is where Hanwul becomes very good. Nefties be good as well. I already created one. Well, just one is fine, I guess. Yeah, for that kind of reason, it is pretty. Would be cool if all of them were non-critted, but. Hi, Ken. How you doing? So stoic hiding, my man. Ready for the casts next week's and well, all of the weeks coming up soon, I guess. So burn Haydn, fast Rakan. Most of the times when you see a Rakan like this, it is Swift Rakan. Apparently not for this one. It would be really nice if we can stop critting Camillas. I think Nefties has like a 50% crit rate on Camilla so far. It was also very tanky Björncho if it didn't die when it doesn't even have a passive. Nice, that will do damage. 12 and 3 AM casts. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be enjoyable for you. Could we still do it with this? I think we can. I'm only using Hanwul with Deborah. Yeah, understandable, but then you're by the mercy of Galen. It's the same bullshit. Plus with Nefties, like the other units are already runed up to be kind of used for Nefties, so that's my main reason that I use it with the Nefties as I use it on like a low speed one. Hey, you go ahead, I'm not gonna be annoying. At LE5 we hope to get buffed the most. That's hard to say. Like LD5 buffs are fully at random always anyway, so at least that's how it feels, right? Okay, this is a little bit hint that could go very wrong if I were to miss things. Julian needs a buff. Yeah, Julian absolutely needs a buff. Julian needs as many buffs as a Hey Gang needs a buff. It was close to not killing. Winds Angels Speed Awakening. I think that would be pretty darn OP if you would add that. Would I fully outspeed this? Could be that the Vader is too fast. fast enough. I would say the Hanwul is not bad, but I think in most cases where I use Hanwul, Grogan would have destroyed whole team as well. How many fights is the team rocking? It is rocking triple fight, and this is build. Or wait, I mean triple fight. Hanwul's of course. Against Samas, it is pretty nice. That is definitely a thing. I do like the Hanwul into Samas a lot. Then again, Grogan would have done the same thing, right? Big question is, can Grogan one-shot Camillas? That is kind of on edge. Zero RNG? No, there's RNG from the Nefties that can crit on her 15 crit rate. You went Hanwul full damage? Yes, sir. It is a Rage Blade Hanwul. I think that's the only way to run him. Either that or you go with a Deborah. Those are the only two options I see of how you can run it. Anything else is pretty much int or bad. Deborah 1 has a little bit less chance for outspeeding though, because these kind of teams, they could outspeed your whole team. So it's just, yeah, we've been critting the Camillas and it's really noticeable now every time that you crit a Camilla, because it's just either an insta clear or like 6 times as long for a clear. But the amount of speed of your Deborah doesn't matter. The thing is with the Deborah, you're never gonna have a speed lead in that team. What about 15 crit rate fire Cyborg? She can glance. If she was on a different element, then she would be good, yeah. $15 crit rate times 3 is 99. Yeah, something like that. Does sometimes do feel like it, yeah. I want to check if I still outspeed this one. Currently I do. And then he potentially switches runes against where I can't. Let's see how much damage I do on this. Yeah, it's not too bad. If that starts proccing, it might be dangerous. Because I'm on the edge of killing it. Against these, it's still better to just go Sienna. Like, sure, the Hanwul could clear this as well, but if the Vanessa is as tanky as mine, it is difficult. And this team just becomes more sophisticated for that. Plus the cleanup on this is a lot better as well with the Sienna and Adriana. Mainly the Adriana, actually. Yeah, if they give Hanwul S2 to not seal trap but just give him speed buff or like attack buff himself, then he would be very good. Like, actually really, really good. For this one, I want to do this. I think you are my highest damage unit right now. Yeah, you hit pretty much more damage than the Hanwul, which is on 0 speed. Which is pretty insane, actually. Interesting team. You could hit this on your hit. That right? Would it be better than a talisman then? Maybe, maybe. Well, it's still that the damage output... Oh, great. Get attack break, though. Oh, well. I think we still clear most. More per damage scaling, anyways. The thing is that Hanwul still does... Or, what's it called? Still does more damage than Talisman. By a long shot. So you have to fix your damage elsewhere, but... If it would give attack buff to itself, you get a lot more options in there to make a team where you could go for a Nephthys plus a Debra, for example. You could go Nephthys, Debra, Diana, and then Hanwul. And then you would do easily enough damage. And it's just another talisman. It's a talisman with ignore passives. It's a different style of talisman. But is it just another talisman? A little bit. Getting a good amount of hits. Sebastian, how you doing? Keep critting Camillas, man, all the freaking time. But in this case, it barely matters. Because there's Oblivion, there is Sienna skill too. And second hit was like 43k. I do have a switch, but I don't want to go for the switch yet. And this one I should not do with this, I think. I think that this is probably best one. Interesting one, putting it on Swift. Which Alicia Cleave do you recommend for someone that doesn't own a Nephthys? I'm not too sure, to be honest. Like, the thing is, with Nephthys you can get easy speed leads in, and that's the main thing that you're lacking for that. Pretty much, you can use any other team, it's just that you won't have the speed lead, right? Because a Jasmine or a... I think a lot of stuff. In the end, a Jasmine or a Truff was kind of a similar thing. Alright. Why does China not even try and insert anymore? I don't know. Like, they really gave up this month, yeah. I'm also not sure if they had some kind of, like, forum that they were posting on, like, start hitting. Because they always hit on, like, the weekends or something like that. So, I'm not sure what it was. Because most of the time they just started hitting on, like, just before it ended, right? Last one they gave up as well. Well, Europe to OP, that's one thing. with Max as well and Dark. It's probably perfect. Let's see if he switches runes. Not yet. I still need a little bit more damage to kill this thing. Because that thing proccing, I don't care as much. This thing proccing is really annoying. Of course, he instantly did that. Could have actually went for stuns and that other thing. Giselle, that is why Giselle is, I guess, the only good LD for defense at the moment. Oh wait, I can't re-hit that. I lost. It's annoying. Wasting my time. Lots of annoying defenses today. Here I'm like, I would like to hit that. Wait, that's a friend or a guildie or something like that. Young Lang is a lot easier to counter these days. 109 mystical scrolls in a line, that's a good amount. For me, it's just in the 60s or so. Yelling limits a little bit what you can use, that is true. There we go. Yeah, Adriana, but also, what's it called? Sonia's. Well, it's also Adriana base.
Push me down to the ground. What goes around comes around. You won't put the flame out. You can't get to me. Say what you wanna say. Go take it all away. But I'm here to stay. No, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down, go fire away, away. But I'm a heavyweight.
Guess that thing might be 100 res and land shit on it. I know. But if you pair Tia Lang with Juno and Leo then, and people just bruiser it. Would I outspeed this? Killing on 33 is a little bit difficult. Or not. Nah, let's do it first. This thing over the hey gang. So if it's this team, I will use Sienna. If it's this team with the Nefties, I will use Hanwul. I think that is the best way of clearing this. Because the cleanup for this way is just so much faster. Isn't that a good thing? It is an okay thing. That's best I can give it to. Music, please. Oh, you want the playlist? This is not your kind of shit. No problem. Just love it when that thing procs itself to death on this. Dot team, still very good. Always recommended to have that one rooms. Dark Gojo. Oh, Vivian. Something. Does a chroma even do enough? I really think so. Yeah, the Fire Dokubi Lord is not that great. It's nice for Siege, but for Arena Rush, you feel like things should be dying, but you're just lowering their HP, and therefore you're also lowering the amount of damage for a dot. In the end, you still need the same amount of dot damage, and it doesn't provide as much dots by itself. Can we outspeed this? We do. We are zooming, boys. Long live a U-block. We keep doing that though. Apparently. Melanie! Hi, dude. Melody. I read it as Melanie for some reason. I don't know. That is a little bit worse. Just a little bit. And eat. This one is normally something I wouldn't hit at all, even with Grogan. So, well, I did it with the Wind Megami. So, Wind Megami or this is kind of potatoes. Works anyhow. I'm doing pretty good over here as well. Kind of chilling, testing out the Hanwul. You have to be proper on dark. But anywhere. Dark and wind. That's a lot better. Got Dark Hacker. Usable. I see him sometimes on arena defense. I don't think he's bad for arena defense. Light Ivor any good for defense? I'm not too sure. I think it could be decent. In the end, it's kind of a widget, right? Because we are getting a bit of hits ourselves as well. Defense isn't rocking as hard. We could do this with you. Normally I wouldn't do it, but that's a unique one for Hanwul. Should have actually still done this with Adriana. Yeah, for sure. Let's hope we don't crit them. We did. A good thing it was. That is not the worst. Perfect timing for an armor break. Ooh, this one. I'm kind of give this one a try. I was gonna say better not crit because that might be really bad in this deck. That's pretty tanky. But it works. Yeah, I guess Hanwul's very good for that one because other units could not have killed a what's it called, Jessica that easily. Freaking Neff just keeps critting these Camillas, man. Yep. It is the ignore of the passive. 48k on that second hit. That is a heavy hit. I think I still rather do it this way. Sure, the Nana's going to revive something, but since I take away attack bars, it is easier. Well, actually, no, Hanwul would have probably insta-killed this whole team. No, Hanwul would have been better, actually. I think either or doesn't really matter. Hanwul's on rage. We currently have Hanwul on rage. Brogan is on Fatal, Sienna is on Swift, and what's it called is also on Swift. Alicia. Oh, I have struggles hitting this thing, I guess. Nice. Team of Guts I could also hit with that. But Guts is guilty, well, semi-guilty. I think he's out of the guild at the moment. Most of the time guilty. Because of the glancing, it is somewhat unlikely that you would actually land anything, plus you have a chance to get frozen, so... A 3 and a 2 is very plausible in that one. Yeah, I guess. You just gotta keep critting those Camillas. Can someone do the math for me? What is the actual... Oh, wow, that's minus light. Yeah, that's also an option, of course. You have the minus light issue. That's kind of the bad thing about a Hanwul. Because a lot of things are anti... what's it called? Can't think. Anti-Leia. And for that reason, there's already anti-light on it. Makes things harder to hit. I have difficulties thinking today. Maybe the amount of alcohol yesterday did not really. That one, and that is also looking towards that one. If he starts proccing, we're gonna have an issue. Procs and lands through glancing. Oh. That was actually a really shitty defense. To waste a lot of time on. And lose points too. And great, you also don't push back. Wow, this team has some crazy RNG, if you ask me. Really crazy RNG. None of my units were actually... Or none of these units were pushed back. And now you've freezed the Adriana. Okay. And now you resist that as well and increase cooltime, so it takes even longer to get that stupid skill back. I don't have the skill 3 right now. This guy's RNG is off the chain, man. I was gonna say it has to proc on this hit, right? Holy shit, that RNG. It is 38 chance to crit a Camilla. Really, it's that much? Wow. FD sucks. Yeah, now that's more understandable why she's critting all the time on this. She's literally critting like 50% of the time or some shit, yeah. Maybe I should put Dove on no crit rate as well. Yeah, I guess that's the only issue. What's taking a bit longer on the no RNG team. Yeah, I can use the S2 to get faster S3 up, that is true. At least. But if it's really fast animation wise, maybe I'll look. Good thing that was resisted. Well, that also resist my freeze, so it was a 1-for-1 on that one. Do you have light robo? I do have light robo, but what makes light robo a Hanwul more interesting?
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time goes on enough to let me move on past, but every little
Because I can't really think of a way that that would make anything more interesting.
to shape my smile.
So I'm missing something. Diana Galleon, that already sounds horrible. Can't outspeed shit with that? How is that the best cleave ever? You might as well put Deborah in there, does more than a robo. With robo instead of the Dova. I think you're just gonna trigger Nemesis and shit. I don't even think you want it to trigger that way.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the
That's why Robo is OP.
through colored glass,
I still didn't hear why Robo was OP.
enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it
Nem trap doesn't matter.
to shape my smile.
Okay, try that against a full damage. Oh, great. Guess that is max rest. Shit. Try that against a low damage or a low HP. What's it called? I really can't think today, man. Holy shit. But try that against a low damage Samath. See how fun it's going to be. I think it's a terrible team. And I have so much trouble thinking today. Drinking is not good for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's call it that way. But the 100 res Rakan is working, I guess. Thing is so fast. Not crazy, it's just outspeeding a Tiana. I'm more surprised about him landing all the time. For the passive teams, well, that's the thing. Like, everything that Rakan, or not the Rakan, the Hanwul solves as a thing that Hanwul can clear is something that is super weak anyways. Like, I don't need another team to kill the kindergarten club. And that means HP leads. Like, any HP lead team is weak as fuck anyways. So you don't need a specific team to clear that. You can clear that with legit everything. I can't remember the last time anyone got Legend with an HP lead. Pretty much ever. Well, everyone is using speed lead, so it's kind of useless. In the server, I don't like to bet on galleons. Well, we wasted a good amount of time on that thing. Oh, it's just 4 minutes left. Imagine if Hanwul had talisman damage, and then we would be talking different shit. It's just the main issue that Hanwul has no damage. Might not getting full RNG to my Rika. Right, am I actually going to lose this right now? Like it. Light Gojo damage is even worse. What are you comparing? It's like, wait, how does that even make any sense as comparison? Like, yeah, but Gianna skill 1 does less damage than Hanwul skill 3. Yeah, that's supposed to be that way. It's not a full-on damage dealer. Just a few Grogans. Also crit damage on Gianna. You should absolutely run that. Also, rush team do I have? I didn't clear that far away. I guess it could be fast. Crit damage bombs. Exactly. I know what I'm talking about. The hidden strategy. I wasted my time, you freaking Juno looking goofy ass thing. I think I can do one hit if I can get a target fast.
I feel so alive. I've never felt this way before.
25 seconds.
It's got me thinking about
Might be too late.
bright lights they put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the
Broke.
way that you move around up and down on that stage.
We got that one in. Okay, we got rank 9 probably. Not too bad, not too bad. Last week was better though. Last week was around 2. Or rank 2. Okay, so just for the sake of testing things, I will showcase first all my runes. And then I'll test against that thing. So, rune showcase, Hanwul was this set. which I would say is a pretty good set for the amount of damage he did. He was doing between like 40 and 60k depending on how much defense there was on the enemy. And it was based on triple fights over here and triple fights over there. And then this thing was just a underdress. I guess that Rakan that we were hitting was 85 accuracy. And then these were the artifacts, which are double decent line, and then water, which also helps out. And then this is just a bit of everything. Just to quickly showcase the other damage dealers. Tiana, Swift Blade, the Alicia, Swift Focus, and the Garogan was on a Fatal with Blade. This set is actually pretty nice. It's using 34, 33, cheating, right? But let's see, I want to use my Hanwul against my Vanessa. This is my Vanessa, how I normally put... If you want to put a Vanessa on defense, would recommend something like this. This is tanky as fuck. It is minus light. It's maybe a little bit cheating, but let's see how much damage this thing does. We do know the damage from the Hanwul anyways against most things. So that's about like that 40k until like 60k-ish. So let's see how much damage we do over here. 31k. That's... Holy shit, that's no damage whatsoever. So I guess without the minus, we would do a little bit more. With Hanwul lead, I could go for Hanwul lead. Let's see how much damage that increases. So we keep the 31 in mind. I never actually used Hanwul lead, but I could have used some Hanwul lead against some things. That is actually true. How much damage is that increased? About a 3k, so it's like 10%-ish damage increased. But let's actually use this whole set on a Grogan and then see how much a Grogan would do with that exact same set. Because I've never actually used Grogan on a super low speed, because Grogan in most cases does have a good amount of damage in the first place. So let's see if we copy this whole set from a U. And to make it fair, we're going to put your artifact that's normally the good one for you, which is this one over here and then this one over there. So the stats are pretty much the same, a little bit less attack because it has less base attack, but the damage is the same. Let's see how much damage this does. I would have to give it minus dark to be fair, but let's first do the first hit like this, and then we're gonna put minus 22 dark and then see how much it actually does. So 50k. Okay, with minus dark, might actually get near to similar-ish damage. But then again, a high rage set is not great for Grogan. Grogan wants a high attack set, which is a little bit different, but to be fair, let's give the Vanessa a minus dark. Otherwise, the testing is a little bit unfair. Minus 22. Perfect numbers. Let's see. I think it's still a good amount of like 25-ish% more damage, I guess. 39k, whereas the other one was 31, but could be up to 34. Damage output is maybe not that bad, but you gotta keep in mind that Grogan prefers to get a very high attack set rather than a very high crit damage set. Because these runes are absolutely not optimized for Grogan. Even the set that I had at the 145 speed had more attack than this. The normal fatal set that I use on him. So, yeah, Grogan output of damage is a lot more, but Hanwul damage, it is okay-ish. I think with this set, it does do enough. Like, I will probably be keeping using this. It is good into the Samaths, it's good into the Alexandras, it's good into the Lydias. Those things mainly. And yeah, then this set is pretty decent. Plus, I don't really need... Normally, I don't use the runes that were on him in the first place. I don't need that rage set. It's normally on no one, or I put it on the Samath just for fun or something like that. But that set is normally not used during my rushes because this is Swift, that is Swift, and that thing is fatal. So I do have runes left over to put full rage towards a low speed unit. So that is an option. But Nephthys is still triple fighters. But the big issue for me on this unit is that the skill 2 is just very out of ATK with the whole thing that this thing does in general. So if they would ever buff it, I think they would have to maybe remove the crit awakening, put the awakening in here that this thing gives itself an attack buff or something like that, or at least do something to enhance the damage on the 3. Could be a thing. Who knows? They make this like an always crit on dark kind of weird shit. That's not even. There are definitely a few options that they could do. But is he going to be a storage guardian? No, I will actually be using. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab, which has the dungeon guide archive and the video guide archive, which contains all of the guides that you need. Hope to see you there.